All right, so self-treatment of the infraspinatus. First of all, my lacrosse ball. Bella, where'd you put it? Oh, there. Thank you, Bella. Slobber on it, no big deal. I'm gonna start out by, and this is kind of, guys, it's broad strokes at this stage. If you're self-treating, it's broad strokes. It's not gonna be the isolation a professional can give you, but lacrosse ball, it works as a great self-manipulation tool. I'm gonna find the crux of my armpit, so right in through here. I'm gonna put the lacrosse ball there, and I'm gonna roll it just a little bit back into kind of the edge of my scapula, my shoulder blade. Generally pretty painful right off the bat, so we're gonna play with it, see how it feels. I wish you could see Bella right now, she's doing the same thing as me. I'm gonna lay down, and I'm gonna roll slightly onto my side, and I'm gonna keep that ball right in the crux of my armpit and just a little bit further back into the shoulder blade. And I'm gonna start out by kind of mashing back and forth, looking for that tender point that I just found. I feel like I've skipped over my teres and I'm into my infraspinatus at this stage. And so I'm gonna plant my elbow and play with some internal and external rotation. If I take it into internal rotation, the arm going down like this, I'm pulling the muscle long over my shoulder. It attaches in the back, but rotates or comes all the way over to the front of the shoulder. Its function is external rotation. So if I internally rotate, I'm stretching it. So starting in a semi-neutral position, add some pressure to the muscle, internally rotate. I'm gonna add a little super friend assistance right here because this is pretty painful. And I'm gonna go through that range of motion, adjusting position on the ball each time, looking for those fun tender points. As I mash back and forth, I can find a new tender point, and I'm gonna internally and externally rotate on that one. If I don't wanna skip the teres, I can still do this for infraspinatus as well, but I'm gonna reach overhead as best I can, mashing back and forth over that muscle. Kind of same idea goes, I'm putting pressure into the ball, and then I'm gonna reach and stretch each time, looking for those areas of tenderness. A lot of times you'll get that debilitating pain that just drops the motion and really limits what you can and cannot do in that reach. I get the referral to the front of the shoulder pretty quickly because that's the muscle's attachment. Everyone's like, oh, it's biceps or it's pec. As a practitioner, I can honestly say 9 times out of 10, we've got a little bit of pec involvement for all those heavy bench presses, but most of it we're looking at that infraspinatus being the major cause of issue in that shoulder. Anytime we're looking at slap tear or joint capsule tear, essentially, we're looking at what has happened in the formation of that joint capsule, and that infraspinatus ties into a lot of that anterior joint capsule. So pieces to play with, spend some time mashing all through back here, feel over the top of the shoulder, the spine of the scapula, this bone right here. You're looking at everything below that, this little hollow of glory and joy and hot spots. It gets real spicy real quick.